Hello there, my little sweethearts. Come on in, it's story time. Why don't you find your favorite, most comfortable spot to snuggle into? Are you all tucked in under your warm, cozy blanket? That's good. We're about to start a very special Christmas story. It's all about a brave little bear named Boo Boo and a mysterious, missing star. That's right. This is the tale of Boo Boo and a star that was so very important to him. Are you ready? Okay then, let's tiptoe into the forest together very quietly. Oh, just imagine it! It's the most wonderful, bustling day in the whole forest. Do you know what day it is? You guessed it, it's Christmas. The morning sun is just waking up, stretching its sleepy golden arms and sprinkling gentle light all across the snow. Look at how it glitters and shines. Doesn't it look just like someone covered the whole forest in a layer of sweet, sparkling diamond sugar? And if you breathe in really deep, you can smell the lovely, fresh scent of the pine trees. It smells just like Christmas, doesn't it? Just then, from under a very big pine tree, our little hero, Boo Boo the bear, let out a great big sleepy yawn. He rubbed his eyes, and from far away he heard a crisp, clear sound. Ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling. Who could that be? Oh, look! It's little Lukey the deer, and right behind him, hopping, is Rabbit. And wait, up in the sky, it's Liv a squirrel and the wise old owl flying over to help too. All of Boo Boo's best friends are gathering together to decorate the tallest, grandest pine tree in the entire forest. Whoosh! Up scrambles Liv a squirrel so fast, hanging his shiniest acorns on the branches. And look at Rabbit. He's taking off his favorite red scarf and wrapping it all around the tree like a beautiful, soft red ribbon. Lukey is adding glittering ice crystals that he found by the river. The tree looks almost perfect, but it's still missing one very important thing. Just then, Boo Boo walked over so carefully, oh so carefully, holding a beautiful wooden box in his paws. Inside that box was the most important decoration of all. What do you think it could be? It was a special treasure his grandmother had left for him, and it was called the Golden Peak Heart. Boo Boo took a big, deep breath, puffed out his chest, and announced in his proudest voice, "Everyone, the most important moment is here. We're going to hang the star." As soon as he said those words, all the little animals went completely silent. Every single one held their breath, their eyes wide open, staring without even blinking at the little wooden box in Boo Boo's paws. The whole forest became quiet, so very quiet. Boo Boo slowly, so very slowly, lifted the lid of the box. But inside, it was empty. There was nothing there. Not a single thing. Well, except for a few dry, crumbly leaves lying at the bottom. The star, where could the star have gone? The star is gone. Boo Boo's voice trembled, full of shock. Little Rabbit, who was standing right next to him, was so surprised that his long red scarf just plop fell right off his neck and landed in the snow. Oh dear. Just a moment ago, everyone was so happy and excited, but now all that happiness melted away and turned into disappointment and sadness. Boo Boo's heart was beating so fast with worry, but when he looked around and saw the sad faces of his friends, he knew he had to be brave. He looked very closely at the empty box and, wait a second, he spotted something. Right on the edge of the box, there were tiny little specks of golden glitter, and that glitter made a little trail leading away from the tree and going deep into the woods. Boo Boo lifted his little paw and said in the bravest voice he could find, "Don't worry, everyone. We will find our star. Let's go get it back." So they followed that sparkling golden trail, and soon it led them into a dark and spooky part of the woods. Oh my, look at the trees in here. They were all twisted and gnarled, and their branches were covered in sharp little thorns. And it was so dark, with deep shadows everywhere. It felt just a little bit scary. Just as everyone was starting to feel a little bit afraid, clever Boo Boo had a wonderful idea. He took Rabbit's long red scarf and told everyone to hold on to a piece of it, so they made a long line. "Let's play a game," Boo Boo said. "I'll be the reader. If I see any danger, I'll whisper it to the person behind me, and they can pass the secret message all the way to the end of the line. That way nobody will get hurt or get lost." What a brilliant idea! And so, in the dark forest, you could hear the soft, warm whispers of friends. "Careful, there's a branch on the left. Duck your head on the right." And you know what? that big spooky forest didn't seem quite so scary anymore. After they made it through the woods, they came to a new challenge, Shattered Ice Creek. Oh, the water was rushing so fast, crashing against the big chunks of ice with a loud boom, boom sound. But on the other side of the river, they could see a little golden glow. It had to be the star. But how could they possibly get across? Well, brave Lukey the deer took a deep breath and stepped right into the icy water, standing strong and still, becoming a sturdy bridge for his friends. Then Rabbit tossed his long red scarf all the way across the river to make a little handrail. Holding on tight, they all carefully walked across Lukey's back, one by one, their hearts beating thump, 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 until every single friend had made it safely to the other side. Just when they were feeling tired and about to give up hope, a strange, chilly wind began to blow through the trees. A faint blue mist started to drift all around them, swirling around their feet. And then they heard it. A sound like tiny bells tinkling, followed by a light, mischievous little laugh. Hee hee hee. And out of that swirling blue mist walked a little creature whose body was almost see-through, just like it was made of ice. It was the Frost Sprite, the little spirit who takes care of winter and all the snow and ice. And look what he was holding in his hands. It was Boo Boo's golden star. He was tossing it up and down, like it was a bouncy ball. But the poor little star in the Frost Sprite's freezing cold hands was starting to lose its light. It was getting dimmer and dimmer. It looked like it was about to go out completely. The Frost Sprite giggled playfully. Hee hee, are you looking for this shiny little thing? It's my new toy. Unless you can give me something warmer and brighter to trade for it. The friends were so worried. Li the squirrel offered his very best, tastiest nuts. Lukey the deer wanted to give the sprite his own jingly bell from around his neck. But for every single thing they offered, the Frost Sprite just shook his head and said, "Nope, not that." But Boo Boo didn't offer anything. He just watched the sprite quietly. And he noticed that even though the sprite was smiling and laughing, his eyes looked, well, they looked very lonely. So Boo Boo didn't get angry, and he didn't try to snatch the star back. Instead, he reached into his little backpack and took out a thermos of hot cocoa that was still steaming in the cold air. Then he opened his arms up wide and gave the surprised Frost Sprite a gentle, warm hug. Boo Boo said softly, "I think this is warmer than a star, and this hug is brighter than a star. Would you like to be our friend?" The Frost Sprite just stood there, completely still. He had never, ever been hugged before, and he had never had anything as warm and sweet as hot cocoa. In Boo Boo's cozy embrace, the sprite felt his chilly little heart begin to melt, just a little bit. Feeling a little bit shy, the Frost Sprite gently handed the star back to Boo Boo. But oh no, it was too late. Because the star had been so cold for so long, its light had gone out completely. It wasn't shining at all anymore. It had turned into a dark, cold little thing, just like a plain black stone. Everyone's hearts sank, feeling as dark and cold as the star. Boo Boo looked down at the cold star in his paws, and then he looked up at all his friends gathered around him. They were covered in snow, and they looked so cold and tired, but they were all still holding hands, holding on tight to each other. And in that very moment, Boo Boo had an idea. "Everyone," he shouted, "let's give the star all the warmth from inside our hearts." So Lukey started to shake his bell, making a happy, cheerful sound. And Little Rabbit took off his red scarf and gently, so gently, wrapped it around the cold little star. Then they all stood together in a circle and closed their eyes. They thought about their long journey, how hard it was, but how they had all worked together and helped one another. They thought about all the happy, brave memories they had just made as a team. And then a miracle happened. All of that love and warmth and friendship, things you can't see with your eyes, turned into little streams of beautiful, colorful light. One by one, the streams of light flowed from their hearts into the little dark star. Suddenly, the star made a tiny ding sound, and then, wow, it burst with a light that was brighter than the sun, more brilliant and beautiful than anything they had ever seen. Then, with a gentle shoosh, the star flew up, all by itself. It soared through the air like a little rocket, right towards the tall Christmas tree. And when it landed perfectly on the very, very top, the whole forest lit up with a soft, warm hum. And the light coming from the star wasn't just golden anymore. Oh no, It was shining with all the colors of the rainbow, a beautiful friendship light. It was the most beautiful thing in the whole world. They had done it. The star was shining again, brighter than ever. The whole forest filled with the happiest, loudest cheers. The once chilly air now felt warm and cozy, all because of the glow from the friendship star. The wise old owl flew down from a branch, stroking his feathery beard. He smiled and said, in his gentle, wise voice, "Boo Boo is right. As long as our hearts are all connected like this, every single one of us is each other's brightest, most beautiful star." Boo Boo stood right in the middle of all his friends and said softly, "Thank you, everyone. The journey tonight was dark and it was cold, but because we held hands the whole time, I wasn't scared at all. This is the best Christmas ever because I have all of you with me." After Boo Boo said that, everyone gathered around and gave him the biggest, tightest group hug. And they all realized at the very same moment that the best Christmas gift isn't a shiny star or yummy candy. The most precious gift of all is just being together, sharing your warmth and laughing happily with your friends under a beautiful starry sky. And so, on that very special Christmas night, the forest wasn't cold at all. The air was filled with sweet songs that sounded like honey and the soft whispers of friends saying thank you to each other. Boo Boo the bear and all of his dear friends, including their brand new friend, the Frost Sprite, all snuggled up and fell asleep together, right there under the most beautiful Christmas tree in the whole world. They slept so soundly and so sweetly. And now, my dear little one, our story is over. You know, sometimes we might be like Boo Boo and face something difficult that makes us feel a little bit scared, but that's okay. As long as your heart is full of love and you are willing to share your warmth with others, your own heart will shine brightly, just like that colorful friendship star. The warmth of Christmas has quietly tiptoed into your little bed now. Go ahead and close your bright, shining eyes and have the sweetest, most beautiful dream. Sweet dreams.